just recently came out. You can pick it up. I believe you can pick it up on the with the premium shop. And here she is. She's a French battle cruiser. Pretty sexy. Looks very similar to some of the French battleships we've seen in the game already. I love the what's that called? Bow ornament. There's a fancy naval term for this. I just don't remember what it's called. But that looks awesome. Once again, the Wargaming art department just does everything right, you know? Like, look at that. Figurehead. Thank you, Tigerfish. See, I knew there was a fancy word for that. All right, so let's talk about the ship and her characteristics, and then we'll build her out, and we're going to take her into Operation Narai, simply because it's the operation of the week. So let's first start... Oh, count the benches, Snow Mongoose? We'll do that when we get into the game, because the bench count is definitely very important. So remind me if I forget, Snow. Let's first talk about her armor profile. Now, this is one big weakness right here. If you'll notice this, 16mm 4-in plating. You cannot expect to bow tank with her against a battleship with any sizable armament. At Tier 7, you've got the 406mm, all that kind of stuff. They would just go right through. Okay, so keep that in mind when you're playing this ship. You're not just going to bow in like that. This is a very large area that's just going to get whacked. Now on the side, she's got 25mm up on the top. Her deck is 30mm. Nice, congratulations on the PC building. And then you've got a 170mm armor belt, 160 at the waterline, and then of course you've got your side plating. So that's kind of low ish. Now, of course, if this is a battle cruiser, you know, you're sacrificing armor in order for speed. So let's take a look at her maneuverability, and you can see her top speed is 32 knots. It's not bad for a ship that carries, you know, essentially the lower echelon of battleship size guns. Stevie is deciding to go to his bed. So these are 305mm guns. Now they're 1910 era, so they're older-ish guns, like World War I era. Reload time isn't too bad at 28 seconds. 180-degree turn time is relatively quick. I think I put the module on. Nope, I did not. Never mind. All right, let's continue looking at the armor layout. And chat, and those of you guys in voice chat with me, of course, if you've got questions, you want to look at something else, please ask away. We're going to strip away some of the armor, and we can see that the Toulon has a turtle back, and it's got a turtle back. It means that there's a slope right here, okay? And that slope, what that does is if a shell comes in from the side, okay, if it comes in flat, on a flat trajectory, it's going to hit that turtle back right there at that angled slope, and it's going to bounce up and through the ship. It'll usually overpen and maybe explode up in here, so that'll be a full pen, or it might overpen all the way out depending on the velocity of the shell. But that's how turtlebacks work. And what that means is that up close and personal, the Toulon can definitely go toe-to-toe with a battleship in a brawl. That's something it can do. Remember, I mentioned how the front is quite weak, so you don't want to show a lot of front to an enemy battleship. You want to show more side to the battleship. Max Vladimus, this is the Black Hole port. It's a mod that's a part of Aslane's, and I use that for a very simple reason. It stresses my graphics card a lot less. So anyways, you can see the rear there still has a little bit of a turtle back in the rear. We can drop the top armor, and you can see it's 30mm all around. So I would say that could be a problem for aircraft carriers with AP bombs. And then there you can see the Citadel itself. All right. So there's the armor profile for the ship. We already talked about the main battery. Her secondaries, she's got 2 sets of secondaries. Let's get out of Armor Viewer. She's got 2 sets of secondaries. She's got the typical French 100s. The thing about the French 100s, if you notice, their penetration is quite low at 17mm. You're not going to do too much penning with that. You're just using those really to start fires. Puma, I don't know. I did not have that problem downloading S-Lanes myself. And then she's got 155 millimeter secondaries in the rear. Okay. So not too bad. These reload in 9 seconds. They pen 26 millimeters. So if you want to build this out to be a secondary kind of ship, you could, but you would need IFHE. And keep in mind that this is technically considered a cruiser, and therefore, because it's considered a cruiser, you do not get access to some of those secondary skills that would really help you with that. So I don't know that going a secondary route is the way to do that. Now let's take a look. She does have depth charge airstrike, of course, with PBYs. She's got anti-air. I don't know that this is really anything special. Doesn't look like it to me. Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised by that. But the 100s are usually supposed to be really good for anti-air stuffs. Maneuverability, already mentioned, 331.5 knots. Turning circle is actually pretty tight at 710. Rudder shift time is pretty comfortable at 11.5 seconds, which you definitely need if, once again, you can be overmatched in the face. And then her concealment is actually really good at 11.2 kilometers. So let's build out a captain for her, and let's think about what we can do for this. Now, the Toulon has HE and AP, right? Like your normal. So you could go for expert or gun feeder at the start. I'm probably going to go for grease the gears, especially with Jean-Jacques Narai. It does help the turrets rotate that much quicker, so why not? I definitely want to know if people are targeting me. So priority target, I think, would be a good pick. And then, of course, with Narai, you get the enhanced adrenaline rush. So that's almost a given if you're using Narai. Concealment, now this drops concealment down to a very sexy 10.1 kilometers. Narai concealment doesn't really matter, but of course if you're playing her in competitive modes, ranked, random battles, that's more important, right? So it's up to you to determine, where you're going to use her. I'm going to build her out for a standard random battle build, and then, you can go from there. If you're going to go max damage, obviously you do top grade gunner, and you do heavy AP and HE and SAP and all that kind of stuff. I'm seeing some chats in the division window. All right, Puma, no problem. So let's see. You could take Superintendent because that gives you another heal, and that gives you a lot of extra consumables, which is kind of nice if you use them a lot. I might go for Survivability Expert first before that, just to get a little bit more tankiness. At tier 7, having a heal is very sexy at tier 7. There are not that many ships that have a heal. So I kind of feel like Survivability Expert makes that heal even better. And then Superintendent gives you more of that heal, which is really sexy. And I'm thinking for ranked, I'm thinking for especially situations where you're bottom tier in a tier 9 match, these two would help you live that much longer. And next up, what do we want to do from here? You got a couple of choices. Outnumbered is an interesting pick. It's interesting. It's an interesting pick because this can help you, especially in Narai, but even in regulars too. If you're out on the flank by yourself and you're zooming around, this gives you that extra 8% speed, which is kind of nice, and then you get that dispersion boost as well. So that could be helpful. I've got 5 points remaining, so that's an option. If I'm expecting to use a lot of AP, then the 5% bonus to AP shows is also kind of sexy. Can make them hard to see? What can make them hard to see? What do you mean by that, Duckman? I might still go for top grade gunner though instead, because this gives me a straight buff to my main battery reload time as long as I'm within standard detectability range. So I think I might go top grade gunner. Hell, you know what? You could even do crazy lighthouse build stuff. If you're planning on shooting a lot of HE, right? You could do this and this, and those two kind of jive really well together. But I'm going to go ahead. I think I'll do these two, and then that leaves only 1 point remaining. So what I could actually end up doing is I could take incoming fire alert for that last point, right? And then that gives me the ability to spec into pyrotechnician or focus fire training. If you don't like aircraft carriers, well, there's that ability for you. But let's see what this looks like. Okay, so this is how we spec'd it out. I think this looks fine. I think this looks fine. So let's go ahead and give that a try. If I wasn't using Narai, I'd probably still go for this. But you can see the main battery turret went from 40 seconds, 180 degree turret time, to 33.3. So we gained 6.7 seconds, which can be crucial in up close and personal engagements. Now the Toulon does carry a choice between hydroacoustic search at 4 kilometer ship detection or defensive fire. I would probably say hydro is going to be your better pick. But you know, you can see I've gone ahead and I put the engine boost on because why wouldn't you want more French engine boost? I think the Toulon is probably going to be good for propulsion because you're going to be playing a lot of, in random battles at least, you're going to be playing a lot of far end games where you're scooting forward, backward, and all that kind of stuff. So having propulsion I think would really jive well. And then it's your typical gun built stuff. For flags, this is Narai, so you can't detonate in an operation. So I do not have Juliet Charlie equipped. However, if I was playing a random battle, I probably would equip Juliet Charlie, probably at the expense of the flooding recovery time flag. As a matter of fact, I think I'm just going to not run that because it's Narai and I don't think I'm going to need it. I'll buff my secondaries for the memes. A ramming flag might be a good pick as well. If you're going to crash into something, you might as well try to take it out. But yeah, that's how I'm going to run this. We're going to take off the standard camouflage here, and I'm going to run my CC camo just because it's got bigger and better benefits. There we go. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and run all the flags because I can. So let's do that. Chat, do you guys have any questions before we get started with our battle? And if anybody wants to join us, just send me a message in game. We'll get you in. Gonna tab out for 1 sec, just double check something. Okay. Let's go ahead into our battle. We'll take her into Narai. Now, one of the things that I do with my reviews of ships is I always like to talk about the ship. We do a little bit of theory craft and stuff like that, and then we go in. And this is important to me. You know, I don't come in with any you know, preconceptions of the ship or whatnot. I want to get you guys, you know, kind of a chance to. We're all going to see this together. So, like I said, as we're playing this game, if you've got questions, please ask them. And later, when this gets posted on YouTube, same to you guys. If you've got questions, I want to know what those questions are. I want to see if I can get you some answers for them. All right. Break the camera free. And let's go.
Warship commanders, provide cover for the transport ship.
All right, load up some AP because we've got the Ducky over here and we've got the Wyoming to hit. So let's see what we can whack over here. Well, we won't be able to find out how she performs against the Ducky. But we can definitely try against the Wyoming here. Three penetrating hits, one overpen. Not too exciting, but you know, whatever. Let's get the secondaries active. And 2 overpens, whatever. It's kind of fun watching the secondaries go after him. See them kind of turning. All right, emerald time. Let's see what we can do with the emerald. Or not. Now, you guys, I would imagine, want me to go toe-to-toe with Little Trouble, right? The Missouri? Because that's a tier 9 ship, so there's a tier 7, so we can kind of simulate that kind of encounter. Respect the 1v1. It was also okay. .305s are generally best suited for taking out enemy cruisers. So I think she would actually be well against some like tier 9 cruisers and stuff like that, because they've got a lot of side to pick stuff up. There we go. Moving right along. Oh, Sinful is in a Toulon too. I didn't realize that. It does. I don't feel like it's a slow turner. Her turning radius is quite nice. We get some shells out, and then I'll turn her again this direction. Maybe a little sluggish. I don't think it's that bad though. Let's go ahead and pop the engine boost so we can go after the Missouri that much quicker. 34 knots, 35. Boink. Now I'm going to approach the Missouri from behind this rock here. I don't want to go head on to him. Looking for trouble without torps? Damn right. Damn right we are. There's the Missouri's radar. My secondary range is 6.9 kilometers, so we should be able to get some out there. Now, I could have switched to HE here, and this is, if I had gun feeder, this would be helpful, right? I could switch to gun feeder, and then I could be shooting at the Missouri, but I didn't think about that ahead of time, so I'll just go ahead and dump a couple shells at him. Now, let's watch carefully. He's probably going to shoot at me, so I'm going to try to give him a decent amount of side to look at here. Let's also pre-turn my turrets. Here he comes. Well, that kind of hurt. It looked like those went right through the upper belt there. Oh, but I hurt him back, so there you go. And I do have a heal. So that works. His rear turret is coming around. It will shoot me. I'm going to go flat broadside. Demonstrate the turtle back for you guys. Almost got the kill there. I bounced a couple of shells off of him. Too far forward. Oh, what is this? Now, I've got Hydro, so I can actually use that to detect the Dallas. But I've got somebody else to shoot at, so I can wait a little bit. The guns feel pretty comfortable, aiming-wise. Maybe a tad slow on long range, but it's not bad. Ah, there's the Campbelltown. So by backing up here, we're gonna draw him into us.
That sounds vaguely kinky.
I know, right? How's it going, Raptor? Oh my god. With the ram. Alright, well then I might as well shoot at Earl. Got another heal available. Let's do it. Dallas is almost dead already. Alright, now we get to go and raid the port.
Attention, enemy forces detected.
Now we're going to have a Britann, New York spawn over here.
Destroy all enemy warships. Ship commanders.
There he is.
Boost des moteurs désactivé.
Non-pen. How's the Toulon doing against commerce rating over there?
The slow reload isn't really inhibiting me a little bit, but
That's right. See, now you just got to do what I'm doing and get shot at. Because then
secondaries are kind of making up for it.
and your adrenaline rush just goes wee. I want to try to get on the New York's broadside when he comes out here. Now, Sinful, do you enjoy the Toulon? Are you glad you have it?
Yeah, I like it. It's alright. This is my first game in it, so...
Oh,
That huh at the beginning completely sold me.
right? Seriously. Look at all that damage that I totally didn't do because part of that was De Lupus's Weimar. Alright, but at least I can get my secondaries going, so this is fun.
You know, I find it ironic that they're releasing secondary-based cruisers, but there's no secondary spec.
Yeah, that's a minor detail.
I might say Napoli would be a...
But it's not like the old one.
See if I can
Like-
punch the Atlanta in the face.
Well, I guess we can finally say the Germans broke something in the game.
Which is...
One penetration. It was fun watching my secondaries go. Five seconds to go on reload. I got enough. Let's go. Ah, that wasn't too bad. When do you... Where do you find the Toulon? It's on the... it's in the premium shop, isn't it?
Armory.
Ah. And... Get the kill? Ah, I got the kill. I shot him in the bow. Yeah, if it's in the armory, let's take a look at that real quick. Armory. Warships.com. Of course, I have to do that when I'm not logged in. All right, where is the Toulon? Tier 7.
It's in
Technically.
the part of the French cruiser packs.
Aha.
You have the Brest and the Toulon.
So we'll take a look at that in a second here. Here's the performance that we did. Sadly, I did not get my base XP, so I'm gonna have to do another game. But there we go with that. So came in bottom of our division. Not too bad. I didn't really fire HE that game, but I don't know that I needed to. And let's go to the detail report. Let's take a look at how much I took. 4 shells for 19,000 damage from Missouri's AP. That's oof. That is oof. All right, so if you go into the armory, I don't know if it'll show it for me since I already have the ship. which I forgot to mention, I received for free for review purposes from Wargaming. You have a random, there it is right here. So it's one of the bundles that you can get. You just have to be willing to spend up to 62,000 doubloons. But look at this. Wow, I didn't even notice this, guys. Now you can get a 25% discount if you buy all of them at once. I don't know how I feel about this. But
Not good, because it should be like 75%.
right. Now it looks like you can actually, you don't have to buy all of them. Okay. Okay.
No, my luck struck again. I only bought 10 at a discount, and I got both ships in that first 10.
Yeah. Wow. So now we're down at 15% off. Oh, I see. Okay, so it's basically if you buy 5 and above, it's 7%. If you buy 15 and above, it's 15%. And then 35 and above, you get a 25% discount. And you can see Huh. So that's 26,250 doubloons. What the heck do you get out of this? You get a whole bunch of tokens that'll get you pretty much everything you need for the French cruisers early access. And I'm sure the usual flags and all that kind of stuff. I'm kind of tempted to try this. Should I try this, chat? What do you guys think? Should I give it a shot?
For science?
I mean, you've got a million doubloons. You can get it in either way.
All right, for
You're
science.
quite broke. You only have.
I would normally vote
90,000.
no, because you're just going to get the stuff free in a couple weeks, really.
Yeah, so you keep in mind when you're doing this, guys, you're buying tech tree ships early. So these are things that you get for free anyways. I completely agree with you. We don't need to do this. But hey, let's try it out. Let's buy 35. Whoa, what is this?
Dear.
Okay, so now it shows me everything that I got, which is a whole lot of nothing. So I did 35. And I still have 27 pieces left, and I didn't get either of the ships.
It's a terrible RNG roll.
That's a terrible RNG roll. So now if I want to finish this, now it's going to cost me more money because now I can only buy, you know, yeah. This just feels weird to me. I don't like this. I don't like this. So if I were to go here to get a 15% discount, if I don't get the ships that I want, then I'm forced to buy these at face value or maybe a 7% discount. All right, for science, here we go.
God, I hate science. It costs you so much doubloons.
Oh, hey, I got the breast. Yay. I still didn't get the Toulon. But I got the tier 9 French battleship, so in a sense, there's no reason for me to
Toulon?
care about it. Huh?
Don't you have the Toulon?
Well, yeah, but if I get it again, I get doubloons back. So, you know, now I gotta just...
Pretty sure they patched that out.
Did they?
I thought it was just the
yeah.
credits.
Oh, yeah, they patched that out.
Aww.
Captain
Is-
Iron Bank is denied.
Captain
Is
Iron
that
Bank is
the-
denied.
One and only, the infamous, famous Sea Raptor?
No.
Okay. Well, we got the breast. We got a bunch of stuff. I definitely don't feel like I got my doubloons worth, but hey, I have a lot of doubloons anyways. So there you go. And now what can I do? I can buy this. Yay. I can buy this. I don't even know what I'm buying. Yay. I got the Cherbourg.
Right now you're buying flag packs.
Well, I'm moving along the chain, right? There's
Yeah. Eventually you can get the fancy camo, I think. for Cherbourg.
I got the port of Le Havre. So you unlock a port this way?
No. Go back to it. I've never seen that happen. It's got to be just that's what they've called it.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, see, it's just a bundle. It's just a name.
oh, okay. Because I was gonna say that'd be kind of weird to say I'm gonna buy a port with this. You get the tier 10 as well, Blitz those? If you get the very last one in the chain here. Yeah, you get the Marseille.
Yeah, for 20, you get offered to buy it for 20,000 doubloons. Enjoy.
So after you spend all your doubloons to get to
That's right.
here, you got to spend more.
That's right. That's right. This is why buying pre-release ships is a terrible idea, and I wish people would quit because they would finally just every time people do it, it just incentivizes them to keep releasing events like this.
So I mean, you know, I guess on the bright side, if you bought all of those other ones at the 25% discount, you saved enough doubloons to buy the final ship.
Yay!
Woohoo! $80 for a tier 10 tech tree ship that you can get for your on your own just by playing the game.
That's exactly right.
Wow. All right. Well, let's get another game going.